I seen her. It was about 5 minutes ago when I seen her hottest chick that a youngin' never seen before. I say, yo, tell the girl I'm gonna meet her. 1 second from that ain't the way to go. I gotta give her game proper, spit it so she get it. If she is, I gotta stop her. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a smile? I'm out of time. She's out the door. I gotta go for mine. Or should I talk about a smile? Or what about a smile? I'm out of time. She's out the door. I gotta go for mine. Cause I don't see her. Excuse me, miss. Oh, yeah. And I gotta admit that you got my attention. You're making me want to see her. Are you trying to leave? I saw her dance with you. How I love you, keep you here with me, you baby. Now so they grab hold of my hand, and let's pretend the flow is ours. You say you don't.
Niggas want me to attack you. Put the hood on, all they killing me cashes. Aren't you like Bob Saget? Greedy, I can't pass it. And everything to get no fasting. I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Jordan style, this ain't no last dance. Way past it. Wait. You know my ex cause he validate me. You never check, I don't want no receipt. I ain't get possessed, let my spirit speak freely. Hey, my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. Find my how the time change. I'm still playing the victim, and you still playing the pick me. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see it. I'm blind. You ain't getting your bitch back. Calm down, she could be yours, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get paid back. Mama told me you never sit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness, I hurt too much. I lost too much, I lost too much. I hit my cut and room. Third day, pop out the tomb. I like when you put your gun at the red light. I like all the violence, give me this function. I like when you come, never stay the whole night. I like when you hide, never tell me I'm wrong. This my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. On my all the time change. You still talking about babies, and I'm still taking the plan B. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see it. I'm blind.
Sorry, y'all. I hit the mic and muted myself. Good morning / good afternoon, ladies. I hope everybody is doing well today. Welcome to Asu Queen's Thoughts. I'm Asu Queen B, and this is my channel. We are considered the royal gladiators over here because we never give up and we never give in. We do not surrender. And I myself am also a millimeter. I got to find a different song because I don't like that Chris Brown song, y'all. I like the one I originally had, but I can't find it. So I got to add some music because I hate silence. I don't know if y'all realized about me. But that is one of the reasons why. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, y'all. I done refreshed my screen by mistake. I need a song. I can't take the silence. The silence drives me crazy. How y'all feeling this morning or this afternoon? What it is every time it is to y'all right now because it's a little afternoon for me. Let's see what we could find that'll work. That's not too loud. I know that's right, Linda Gamble. I blessed. We are all blessed to be alive. I hope y'all said y'all prayers this morning. Thank God for waking you up this morning because he did it. And he didn't have to do it. Yeah, I can tolerate this. But I'd appreciate it. Even if people catch on the replay, catch us on the replay, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I would appreciate it. Now, what I wanted to talk about today, some people may not like or get where I'm coming from, but I'm gonna try to explain myself the best way I can. When I say I wish we can go back in time, what I mean by that, oh, and my banner missing. Oh, I am messing royally up today, y'all. I need a beating. Didn't fix no colors, didn't do nothing. Y'all gotta excuse the old lady because the old lady is tired and she really don't feel like being up. But she up because she gotta be up, okay? That's why she up, because she need to be up. She getting old and she need to be up. There we go. Perfect color. All right. What I want to talk about and what I was saying is I wish we could go back in time. And the reason why I say I wish we could go back in time is because if y'all think about it, depending on your age group, I would say depending on your age group, because I'm 56. So I'll even say the people that are in their 40s, some of them in their late 40s, early 50s should know this. Back in the day, and I know people's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of hearing about back in the day, what they did back in the day. I, we're in 2024. I understand and I respect we in 2024. But there are things that back in the day that was not lines not to be crossed, people not to disrespect, how to carry yourself like a lady, how to talk like a lady, how to carry yourself like a gentleman, how to talk like a gentleman. Those are the things I wish we could go back to. There are a lot. Don't get it twisted. Oh, Nikki News, I ain't know you wasn't there with us, girl. You go ahead, girl. You ain't too far behind. But I'm being silly. But I think that back in the day, men and women had morals. They had character about themselves. They had respect about their elders. They treated their children like children. They didn't treat them like they were adults. That if you were in a relationship with somebody, they knew enough to respect you out in public, even if they didn't respect you in private. Not saying you should go along to get along because they respect you in public and not in private. But when you get respected in public, it's a different scenario. And the reason why I say that is because you can cuss him out when you get him home or cuss her out when you get her home. But when it comes to being in adulthood, there's a way to carry yourself. And to me, it seems like people have forgotten that. And I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live their lives or preaching to people what they should and shouldn't do. But I do know the rules and regulations that was going on back in the day kept a lot of people out of trouble, a lot of people from getting their tails beat, a lot of people from being put on blast. Like I'm gonna share something personal with y'all. And the crazy part is a lot of it I still feel the same way y'all feel. Sorry if I sound a little distant. I'm moving around. Where the heck did my pen go? I have to lose my mind now. Because it's just weird to me how so many people these days don't have no respect for their elders. And I understand that elders these days are acting like I don't know what. I don't know if they missed their childhoods or what. I don't know if they missed their childhood or what. But I've never seen so many grown old people out here in these streets running around here acting like they in their 20s. Like there does come a time in your life when you need to act age appropriate. People think it's not, but there is. I'm just saying. Our children are suffering. And I don't have any little kids, but I say our children because as a world, whether we like it or not, we are a village. We're supposed to be a village for our neighbors to keep an eye on their kids to make sure that they're safe. Like a lot of people don't like that these days. I don't understand why some young parents get upset when you say something to their children, when you catch them doing things they're not supposed to do. I don't understand how parents get mad because technically, if we're supposed to be a village and a family and we're supposed to watch out for one another and be there for one another, then we should be able to say, if we catch your child doing something wrong, listen, hold up, don't do that. That's not good for you. I don't think your mama or daddy would like that. But people don't want you to say nothing to their kids no more. Even adults want to fight the elderly these days. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Where did your mama raise you at? Like, there comes a time in life that you have to adult. You just do. And it's a judgment-free zone. That's why I said don't judge me. But the reason why I say don't judge me, we have been talking about side pieces and side babies and bastards and all that stuff. Where is my thing? And I'm about to get irate up in here. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking for something while I'm talking to y'all, and I can't find what I did with it, and I'm about to lose my mind. But me, myself, I don't know how the scenario went down. What the hell? I am tearing up over here, y'all. Y'all just have no clue. I'm about to close up the live and everything, and I don't mean to do that. So, my apologies for messing up if my voice went out or something. I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, I'm gonna try to say to print this crap. Anybody trying to print this mess? Sorry, y'all. I really am apologizing because my mouse is acting up. That's why I hate laptops. I'm gonna buy me a regular mouse and get the hell away from this scrolling crap because it's getting on my nerves. Cancel because I ain't trying to print nothing. But I just want to know what your thoughts are because I can't be the only person that feels like that. I just don't believe that I am. Do you have, is there anything that you feel that you wish could go back in time? That could be a relationship, that could be your children, that could be your job, that could be a bunch of different things. And the reason why I say I'm going to share a little something with you because I don't know the outs and ends of it. But I'm an only child of my mother's. My mother was 40 when she had me. I've told this part of this story quite a few times. This part I have never told. And it's not because I'm ashamed of, because it wasn't my doing. And I don't know what their situation was. But I am a child. See, it's hard for me to explain it because I know they were still married by name, but I don't know if my father was still with his wife because I've never met her. I met his girlfriends when I was younger where he used to live. So I don't know what their situation was before that. I do know me and my brother are 11 months apart. And that's like, ugh. But again, I speak of it in a different way because I am a child. The lady still had, before she passed away, she still had my father's last name. They all of them have the same last name. I have a different last name. I love my last name, so I wouldn't change it for the world and for nobody. But I know that me and my sibling is 11 months apart. And like I said, I don't know if my father dated my mother while he was married still, or my mother caught him after him and his wife separated. I don't know what that story was. But I say for myself, because I can't speak on what that little terrible child, that little monster, Miles Morales. I can't speak on him because that was a totally different situation. But I speak as a child of an outside relationship. And like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of if my father was still with his wife at the time. I know he's always been married to that lady, but I know I've never been in situations with my brothers at all where I had to deal with their mother. I always dealt with my father's girlfriends because he lived with those girlfriends. So I say that people have something to say about children out of wedlock. I understand that because there's a lot of us out of wedlock, whether we like it or not. And they all consider us bastard children, but I don't consider, because I do know who my mama and my daddy is. And I know that's the technical part of it, but I always felt that a bastard child was, me, myself, I thought for years, was a child that didn't have a father or didn't know who their father was or their mother. Ugh. And I was never treated, as far as I know, I was never treated differently. But Miles Morales, I feel sorry for that kid because his mother made him the stain in Melon Martell's marriage. And it's sad because the little boy ain't asked to come here. First of all, he wasn't technically wanted. But some part of me, and I said some part of me, feels bad for that child because first of all, we can tell that something not right. We can tell something not right with her. We can tell. Me either. It did. It feels crazy. It really feels crazy to me. And I'm like, okay, I know who my daddy is. I know who my mama is. I spent time with my dad, but my dad was an alcoholic. Okay. When I got to him. And when I started hanging around my dad, I was about 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around in there. And I met my brother on a fluke. Okay. If I'd have looked at his face, it probably would have registered to me as a child. If I was older, it would register me as a child. But I met my brother on a fluke. And that's because he flattened my tire on my bike that I let him ride. And we've been thick as thieves ever since. Especially when we started talking about our dad and then the name. And it was the same. And I was like, what the hell? Let's go to my house and give this man a call. So somebody need to fix this bike. But I only feel bad for him because he didn't ask to come into this world. He has a mother that has a brain for shits. His pappy ain't right in the head either. And I think the reason why he's so violent is because he watches what his father does to his mama. That's my personal opinion. If y'all think I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But that's my personal opinion. That's why I said I wish we could go back to the olden days. Because back then, people were held accountable for the shit that they do. I don't care if it came down to kids, children, women, whatever it was. But see, there's so many people, there's so many narcs out there. Like, I've been checking out this channel. Nikki News, thank you, sister, because I watched all of your videos yesterday. And I ran across this other lady that's talking about narcissism. I'm going to let you know her name, but I'm going to hit you up on Instagram and give it to you. Because she got a whole web page. Her whole site is all talking about narcs. How to deal with them, how to chat, how to function through it. If you have children with a narc, she tell a whole it's a white lady, but she tell a whole bunch of stuff about it. Excuse me, not white lady. My apologies. She's a melanin deficient lady, and she's talking about narcissism. Because y'all know most of them deal with a lot of narcissisms anyway. I can't wait because I'm the girl. Martell fits the basic necessities, the basics of for narcissism. He fits. Watching your 3 videos and watching 2 of hers, he fits that. That's why I keep saying he don't want to go to have no psyche valve because they gonna detain his ass. Okay, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna detain him because he ain't right upstairs. Anybody in the street can see it, but nobody else can see it because he won't go near a doctor's office. Okay, Won't go near that doctor's office because he knows something ain't right with him. But what I mean, I'm gonna get off of him with his stupid self. But what I mean is go back in time. I mean, go back to the days when your neighbor was your neighbor. You spoke to your neighbors. You knew your neighbors. If something happened in that neighborhood, everybody was on watch. When it came to grandparents, everybody respected their grandparents. That's Big Mama. I didn't call. I wasn't with my Big Mama, what they like to call her. But my nana, I wasn't born when my nana was alive. And my nana was born in a very long time ago. A very, very long time ago, because she passed in 1967. She passed a year before I was born. My grandmother was 6 feet tall. She built a stove out of her own hands, okay? That lady did not play. You and your neighbors would cook together, build a... Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And I feel bad because, and this is no disrespect to anyone, but this is fact. I'm going to say the facts of where I was born and raised. Where I born and raised in my town, it was Black people. It was Puerto Rican people. It was some Dominican people. It was a large Hungarian community. It was a few Asian people. But you still knew everybody. But where I lived at, it was mostly all Black people. But you still knew your neighbor. You could go to your neighbor and say, look, can I borrow a cup of sugar? You got a stick of butter. I'll buy you a whole pack. I mean, you knew your neighbors. Nowadays, you don't know your neighbors because they have come from different countries, different islands. They're different nationalities. A lot of them don't speak English. So you can't build that community with your community, with your neighbors. And it's sad unless you have some Spanish people that speak English or other nationalities that speak English. Maybe you can talk to them if they don't have a chip on their shoulder. Because you know, nowadays, a lot of them have chips on their shoulder. And they don't want to talk to you. I said, but people get on my nerves. I don't want to say come get on my nerves because they don't want you to say nothing to their child. They don't want you to do nothing to they don't want you to tell your child, chastise their child when they tell them they doing wrong. They don't want you to say nothing to them if your grass is not cut properly or you got a bunch of junk in your driveway. People don't realize. Don't nobody want their neighborhood to look junky. People don't realize that how you keep the outer perimeters of your home, the city will get on your asses about it. So when people be complaining about trash being outside, like what? That's the other thing. Why are people throwing trash on the ground? There's 11,000 garbage cans. Like, stop junking up your neighborhood. People that live in the neighborhood fucking up the neighborhoods. Like, I don't understand that. Where was you taught that trash goes on the ground? Where were you taught that it's okay just throw stuff out your window? Good afternoon / good morning. Always girl number one. Hey, sis. It's peaches and cream in the building, y'all. But I'm talking about, and hit that like button, please. I'd appreciate it. And thank you. But what I'm talking about is going back. Like, we need to literally learn how to go back. Like, I love the fact that Tea Talk with Your Girl is doing her planting of vegetables and fruit and all that. That's going back. That's going back and doing things the way things used to be done. Like, if you think about it, when you go to the store and something say organic and it costs about $15, it's not organic. My ass, it's not organic. What it is it's the food that we was eating before they started adding all those damn chemicals in it. That's what organic is. And people need to understand that, because some people don't seem to understand that. Organic is nothing but the food we was eating before they started putting all the preservatives and all that shit in our food. So I love the fact that Tea Talk and quite a few other ladies are building their own gardens. I live in an apartment building. Anyway, it ain't enough light in here for me to build. Child, I can't barely keep flowers alive up in here, okay? I can't keep flowers alive up in this bug, okay? So ain't a way in hell I can grow no nothing up in here. But back in the day, just like on the weekends, when you had a bunch of kids and you had friends and y'all kids was together on the weekends, y'all would take y'all kids to the park. Like the kids these days don't get out much. Sorry, y'all. I talk too fast, so my apologies when my words get all fumbled up. I try to slow down, but sometimes it's hard to do that. But when we were younger, think about it. Even if you seen an elderly person, you helped them with their bags. You helped them across the street. Nowadays, people trying to run them over. They ain't trying to stop, look, nothing. And it's like, what is wrong? Why are y'all treating people this way? I don't understand it. It's kind of weird to me. Like, where did everybody's moral compass and character go? Where did that go? Where did your respect for your elders go? Where did your respect for your community go? Where did your respect for your neighbors go? Because again, if we go back in time, just a little bit, we ain't got to go back. Yes, it is. That is Chris Brown on that thumbnail, girl. I made this graphic so many years ago. So many years ago, I've made it. My name is on it, so I just can't see the date from here. But I don't understand and why. Like, even men don't do shit, girl. They don't do nothing. A lot of males, because I'm not gonna call them men, because men handle their business. Men fix cars. Men men fix cars. Men put up bookshelves. Anything you need fixed in your house, a man would be able to do it. Thanks, sis. I appreciate that. Come on, mouse. Stop freezing on me. I'm about to get thick at this mouse. I'm not going on my phone because every time I do it on my phone, here we go with this bullshit. Whew, I'm about to get aggravated. Thanks, sis. I appreciate it. It's just opening the stuff that I don't even want open. But if we go back in time, and I ain't saying we got to go back real far, but I'm just saying, remember kids back in the day? Like, I feel bad for the teenagers nowadays too. Because remember, back in the day, newspapers, all different type of things, kids were allowed, the teenagers were allowed, that was their jobs for the summers. But now what they've done, they've taken those jobs away and they're giving them to adults and let the adults do the newspaper deliveries early in the morning. That used to be something for the kids to do, to teach them what the almighty dollar was about, to teach them how to budget their money. Kids don't have that no more. Hell, McDonald's and stuff act like they be wanting somebody with a high school diploma just to work in there. And I'm like, you don't need a high school diploma to work at McDonald's or Burger King. G Squad, I seen you for you. Even came in the building, girl. I'm looking for my phone too. What's up, sis? Don't work too hard. We got to get together later on today. Yep. Girl, I had a job at McDonald's. Ooh, I had a ball in that mug though. I'm lucky I ain't weigh 400 pounds when I left it. It used to be stuff for the kids to do. And they don't have that no more. And they wonder why kids is all out in the streets wandering and carrying on. Because they don't got nothing to do. They don't got nothing to do. Kids need things to do. It's bad enough in a lot of areas now. Kids can't even go outside and be regular kids. But my thing is, if your kids are going through that, don't let them sit in the house and play them games all day. Well, my family used to do to us when we was younger, and we was out on summer break. We did go traveling. I ain't gonna say traveling because we ain't travel far. We went to North Carolina, we went to Maryland, we went to DC. We would do on car rides, we go to music parks, we did all that. But we stayed in the activity all summer. That's why I love Mel, because she does exactly what my mom and them and my aunt and them did to me when I was young. They kept us in activities. Me in high school, grammar school. I'll say grammar school, because grammar school, that's when you had most of the stuff to do. That's when you had to be in the house for the street lights came on. Parents need to do that to their kids now so that they know where their kids is at. Hell, Listen, if my son was a child now, I don't like iPhone whatsoever. But I promise you, I would have one of them little iPhone tags, and wherever he would go, I would know where he's at because I'd stick it on his ass. Because we don't know where our kids be at nowadays. They could tell you they one place, but unless you got the tracking on them, they could be anywhere. I've known little girls that say, "Oh, I'm just downtown hanging with my cousins and shit," and they all the way in New York City where they don't belong. We need to go back to the basics, y'all. We really need to go back to the basics, because if we go back to the basics, maybe things will turn out a little bit better. Maybe the children will understand, look, you can't win in life if you're being disrespectful to everybody. I need people to start telling their kids. A lot of people don't feel that way no more, which is crazy to me. You don't got to respect your elders because they just think they know everything. No. Elders know a lot because they've been through hell and back. Okay? They know a lot. So sometimes kids need to take the time to listen to their elders. They may learn some shit. They may learn some stuff that their mamas can't teach them, but the elders can teach them. See, when I was young, I always found me a elderly person because I love to talk to the elderly. The elderly are funny as hell. I don't care what nobody say, they funny. And I'm talking about 70 or up. One of my first cousins, she's in her late 70s. She looked like she might be in her 60s, if that. But nobody in my family looked their age. So it is what it is. But back in the day, you respected your elders. I don't care what they said. I don't care if you didn't like it. You still ain't say nothing back. Nowadays, teenagers, little kids cussing at elderly, hitting the elderly. Like, when I see somebody on the news and they do something to an elderly person, I'll be ready to jump through the screen and fight. I swear I do. Because I'm like, yo, that could have been your mama. That could have been your grandmama. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We need to learn to help hold parents accountable for their kids' actions. I don't care. People get mad at me. I'm sorry. But that's just how I feel. When you got these badass derelict kids and you just continue to let your kids do the shit they doing, it comes a time and point where their responsibility falls on the mama or the parent. Because parents need to get control of their kids. Stop letting them kids think that they own and rule the world. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Little some motherfuckers. I better choke them little kids. I can't stand bad little kids. I watch some good kids all day long. But crybabies and kids that like to tear up shit, I can't watch. I can't watch. And that's disrespectful. I can't watch. I've had plenty of my friends say, "Oh, could you watch my son?" Look, I could watch them, but I'm going to tell you, if I watch them, I'm letting you know this up front and up hand. So you might want to change your offer. I have told people plenty of times, look, if your child gets disrespectful to me, I'm going to chastise them. I'm not going to do nothing to hurt them or none of that, but I'm going to put them in their place. Now, if you don't want me saying nothing to your child, if they do whatever they want to do, take your child back to where you came from and find somebody else. Hey, Just Valencia, it's my sissy poo, y'all. Y'all, go subscribe to Just Valencia. I think just about everybody in here is almost content creator. Check out G Squad 68. Check out Nikki News on narcissism. Child, y'all will enjoy Nikki News. And she just started and she's doing her thing. Who else came out here? And our girl came through here this earlier. I don't know if she's still in the building or she's working. The hardest mod on YouTube streets, Miss Linda Gamble. How you been, sissy poo? I left you a message the other day. I'm saying I don't like no bad kids. I don't. So my thing is, if your kids are not ruly, don't know how to act, keep them mugs out. Keep them kids to yourself. Cause I can't do it. because I ain't no kids gonna be. I don't watch kids cuss adults out, and I'm like, lady, where your belt? Like, where's your what they call them chancletas? Chancletas. Where your chancleta at? Tear that little child ass up out in the store. Kind of be throwing themselves on the floor. Man, if we'd have got mad as little kids and threw ourselves on the floor. That's right, y'all. Please hit that like button. And threw ourselves on the floor and threw a tantrum. Our father would have whooped our ass in that store and took us home. They wouldn't have cared what nobody had to say. They'd have tore our tails up and took us home. See, now everybody talking about call DIFUS, call DIFUS. Call DIFUS. I used to tell my son that tell the teacher to call DIFUS. Because when they come get you, I'm not coming back to get you. You ain't being abused. You ain't starving. You are well taken care of. You just stubborn and hard-headed, little boy. That's what that is. You stubborn and hard-headed. But I want people to go back in time when it comes to certain things. I wish they would, because if we could do that as a country, as women, and say, you know what, enough is enough. Hello, been there, done that, girl. I done got popped a couple times at the grocery store because I wandered off. Nowadays, people let their kids wander all over the store. I never let my son wander off because I've always known there are people that like to snatch up kids. But I always said, if they snatch this one up, I promise you gonna bring him back. Because my son, I say it all the time. People like, oh, you just be trying to brag. That's my baby. He's 33, but that is my baby. But you mess with my child when my child would have been hollering, screaming. He was not a crier. But he'd have been hollering, screaming so much, calling for my name. Trust me, y'all let him go. Y'all to let him go. They do. Just like I don't understand how kids be getting out. I know y'all had to see it on the news a couple of times. It's old, but I still try to figure out how them little babies be getting out. Like, I know they watch adults and how they unlock doors and stuff. But if you got babies and your rooms is upstairs and your baby know how to wander around the house, you should have some extra protection on that door that kid can't get out that door. Because I will never forget, I seen that baby walking on the side of the road in its pajamas in the middle of the winter at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And a bus driver saw it, baby. If the bus driver wasn't paying attention, he'd have hit that baby. But he was like, oh my God. They was calling the police. They was calling everything. The mother and father was upstairs asleep. And the kid got out. Y'all need to put extra precautions on y'all doors when you got smart little kids like that. Put extra precautions on your doors so they can't get the hell out. But so many people have taken life and made it chaos. Life does not have to be chaotic. It just doesn't. If people learn how to talk to one another again, if people learn what respect is, and respect their neighbor, respect the woman walking down the sidewalk in front of you, respect the man walking on in front of you. Learn to show each other some respect sometime. Men, stop getting mad if a woman don't want to talk to you. She shouldn't have to be all kinds of bees and hoes because she don't want to talk to you. What did your mother instill in you that made you think it is okay? Or what did your father instill in you to make you think it's okay because a woman don't want to talk to you? You either want to harm her physically, you want to call her all kinds of bees and hoes. Where they teach that at? Because I'm still trying to understand where males came up with this theory in their mind that, okay, well, she don't want to talk to me. I'm going to talk about her like a dog. I'm going to call her all kinds of names. You ain't all that. You ain't this. You ain't that. But you know what the funny thing is? I may not be this and I may not be all that, but you're in my face trying to talk to me. So I must be some kind of something, about your little raggedy ass over here to talk to me. Yet I get an amen on that. I'm just like, I don't get it. I wish life could go back to a simpler time. And I ain't talking back to the 60s, y'all. I ain't even talking back to the 70s. Now, the 70s was a great time. I was a little kid in the 70s. 70s was a great time. You had to have your ass in the house before the street lights came on. On the weekend is when you got your special treats like McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something like that. You didn't, kids wasn't eating Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Burger King, and chicken McNuggets and shit every day for dinner. That's not where that's not how they did. Our parents cooked. They've been rejected by their parents, so they take out on the women. Take it on. Okay, they've been rejected by their parents, so they take it out on a woman when they get older. Girl, it's sad, but it's like, listen, let me explain something to y'all. And the reason why I'm gonna say that, yeah, it's sad kids can't count money. It's sad that they taking signatures away when you need a signature for damn near every document that you have. But a lot of schools are not teaching how to write in script, which is insanity to me. And they're making our kids dumber. They think because they playing sports and they doing these special activities. No, I want to know what you teaching my kid out of them books. What truths are you teaching my children? Because I don't even want schools. When I get grandkids, I don't even want the schools teaching my grandkids Black History Month. Because I'm going to sit them down and, I'm going to show them some shit. For real. I'm going to show them some things. Because they're going to tell them a bunch of stories like they've been telling us for decades about Black history that ain't true. About our history that ain't true. That America's history that ain't true. That stuff is annoying. Like on the weekend, girl, that was the best thing. You woke up to music playing. My mama and them had, I know if y'all in y'all 50s, most of us, our parents had that big ass TV, that floor model TV that had the record player, the tape deck, and the radio on it. We would sit down. Girl, I'm telling you got to teach these kids. Because these kids, that's right, girl, watch them baseboards. You picking up garbage, you cleaning your rooms, you helping with the laundry, you doing all things before you get yourself outside to play. You gonna eat your breakfast. You gonna pray with your family. Y'all gonna sit around that table and talk about life. That's what kids need in their life now. A lot need that now. They need families to sit around the table once again so they can find out what's going on in their children's lives, in their spouses' lives. Because, lots of times we, as women, we don't like to fuss and complain too much unless we really have to. We also, if you have a husband or a mate or boyfriend or whatever, and y'all live together, you don't want to put all that stuff on his back because y'all know he been working all week. He been struggling to make it through to the end of the week. And he tired. So you don't want to put that on his plate all the time. But there does come a time in life where it's like, okay, we need to sit down and have some real one-on-one conversations. Me personally, I may not be married, but I've been in long-term relationships. And I've done that because, like, some people are like, oh, ain't nowhere in the world I sit in no relationship that long. I'm not doing that. Listen, I have done that myself on purpose because I realize I can't live with everybody. Okay. And there's certain things that I know I can't get through. Like I tried to deal with a man snoring. I can't, unless I'm asleep first, I can't deal with a man snoring. So me sleeping by myself is a wonderful thing. But also, I do know in a relationship, there is give and take. I don't care if it's a parent and child relationship. I don't care if it's a spouse relationship. There's a give and take in everything. So if you go back to back in the day, if you want to go back to the 70s, you had to be in that house before that street light came on. Everybody sat down and ate dinner together. Now, if your family owned a home and y'all had a big yard, the kids could play after dark. The kids could play in the yard as long as the parents could see them. Because back then you could sleep with your doors unlocked, your windows open. You didn't have none of those problems. Now you better bolt down your windows, put a stick in front of your door, make sure you sleep by something by your bed. Like it's just crazy to me. That's why I wish we could go back to the times where It was peaceful at night. It was kids did their homework, kids ate their dinner. You had family time to sit around and kiki and laugh and play cards and play games. Like I was watching the show the other day. Child, they showed a game of Chinese checkers, and I hollered because I ain't seen a Chinese checker in many, many, many decades. I ain't seen Chinese checkers in a long time. Now I'm an old school kid at heart. Like I told G Squad the other day, I do own a set of jacks. So anybody that does make it to Melicon and y'all legs work properly, y'all want to play some jacks, let a sister know. Cause I'm a big kid at heart. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta find me a jack partner quick. But I'm a big kid at heart. But also the other thing with back in the day, we all know that we used to say about certain people's family, oh, here Papa's a rolling stone. They daddy sleep with this person. He sleep with that person. Girl, get out of here. Not no, girl, I seen them Chinese checkers. I hollered. I was like, oh my God. I do got a chess game. Not a chess game. I got a checkers game in my closet. And I be laughing like, girl, if you girl. Yeah, we definitely gotta plan our time together because I miss my sissy poos. I do. And like I was saying before, when we was little and them street lights had to come on, you had to have ass in the house. Also, we were not allowed to play in our school clothes. Kids go home from school and they just out and about. If they go home nowadays. But when you was young, you had to get out, come home, change your clothes, and put on your play clothes. You had play clothes, you had school clothes, you had church clothes, you had weekend clothes. Nowadays, kids play, work in, tear up their school clothes. And it's like, why? You got to wear that to school. Like, I understand that they came up with this method of buying uniforms now so people aren't fighting over what somebody has on and what this person wearing and what that person wearing. It might not, but you know what? But you still have to teach them, also teach them how to budget their money. We remember when you was a little kid, you had a little bank machine. You had you had the little dollar bills, you had the coins that taught you how to count money. Where'd that go? Because I don't even see that in the dollar store no more. I said, if I see that stuff in the dollar store, I'm buying it for because I'm gonna have a grandchild, y'all. My stepson is giving me a grandchild. I am so in shock. He sent me this picture, and I'm looking at it like, okay, I see what it is, but why are you sending this to me? I said, I must be stuck on stupid. Girl, I got one better for y'all. How about, remember back in the day, you go to the park in the summer? Yeah, I know. Remember back in the day, and you go to the park in the summer, and they you get the string to make those keychains. Girl, I love them lanyards for the keychains. I still love them. So I said, "Oh, I gotta figure out who's gonna work at the park this summer because I need I need some I need some stuff unless I go buy it. That's the only way I get it. I want to say that girl, thank you so much for the $5. Ah, always girl on one. Thank you so much for the $5 cash app. I truly appreciate that. But yeah, we are missing a lot. No, games ain't just for small kids. It's for everybody to have fun. Because you know, back in the day, even to this day, some kids in down south areas, but not in a lot of big cities. I know they have competitions in New York, but a lot of people like to do double dutch competitions. Now my knees don't work like that no more, but I swear I wish they did because childhood was fun for me. I want y'all to ask y'all kids if childhood is fun for them. If you have young kids, ask them, are they enjoying childhood? Just like before, our parents taught us. Some parents did and some parents didn't. But I think it was just known like there's always going to be bullies. Always. Bullies are never going away because that's what they live for. Child. No, I'm talking about the machine. Remember the little cash register? You had to pay out the money to the people. They had to pretend they was buying something. You had to pay them things. That's what kids need. They really do need the machines so they can learn to count properly. Just like I don't understand why so many babies, like those pandemic babies, child, them pandemic babies are smart as hell. Girl, I wish I could still jump rope because I promise you I would try it. I might have to try it this summer. It's for my son. I'll let him be a kid. My husband and parents not allow him to be a kid. That's not good for kids. That's why I have an issue when people always like to say, you're the man of the house now. No, you're not. You're the young man of the house, if you want to say the young man, but not the man of the house because he's still a child. I want people to also stop trying to force kids to grow up so fast because they don't need to grow up that fast. Adulthood will hit them, I promise you. It will hit them, and it's going to be hard. So I need people to take the time to structure their kids to be able to make it through that, to be able to know what to do now when it comes time for them to be in adulthood and they know how to handle and carry themselves. Just like I know it's a lot of narcs running around. I know it is. And they don't want to let kids be great. Because we know of a narc that don't like kids to be a kid, don't like kids to be kids. They want them to be in an army. Some shit I don't even think he ever served in. But anywho. Let children be children. But every little thing that they do, don't make it all like, I'm going to say this. I know Mel was laughing her tail off, and I still laugh at it myself to this day. When Sugar Mama said, hold up, shorty, hold up, bitch. The fact that we know what she was saying and her not maybe possibly fully understand what she was saying, it did make it funny as hell. But when you had these other little bad kids out here running around here just cussing all the time and their parents think it's hilarious, no, that's not funny. Or your kids is on the floor, plop blocking and dropping and humping and all. That ain't cute. Now, if that's part of your culture, I get that. My son's I can't even talk. My son isn't around them much, but they make it clear that they won't cook for him. What? Why not? I cook a nice meal. That's crazy, girl. See, that's crazy as hell. Because they wouldn't get them if it was me. They wouldn't get them. They would literally have to take me to court for visitations. I promise you they would. Because you're not going to torture my child because you don't like me. Or because I allow my kid to be a kid. They too busy trying to force these. That's what they did in slavery. They forced all them young kids to move and produce as adults. No, they're children. Let them be children. That's how kids get an imagination. That's how kids learn how to focus on things. That's how kids learn how to deal with their emotions. That's how kids learn how to become friends with someone. That's why a lot of people don't know how to be a friend to nobody. Because their parent let them do whatever they wanted to do. I know this girl when we was young, and it used to baffle me. I think I'm like maybe a year or two older than her. And her parents and them, we used to have girl used to got stuck with an narc. Whoo. They would stay away from them people because them people dangerous. I say that about that psycho man on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But when we was little and I was little, we could go to certain people's house. Like nowadays, people don't even take the time to find out who their friends' parents are, where they live, what they're about, have they ever been to jail. They don't check on none of that. Oh, I let them go to their friend Steven's house. Well, where's Steven? I don't know. What? How you don't know where your friends? How you don't have no interaction with your kids, friends, parents. How you don't know where your kids' friends live? How you don't know their last name? Why is it? Why is it that people are allowing their kids to go to other people's houses that they don't know nothing about? I feel like this in my heart of hearts. If you could take the time to Google search your favorite rapper, your favorite artist, or anybody else, damn it, Google them people you dating. And that's for real, because a lot of people will live under a mask for a very long time. And also, I'd appreciate anybody come through. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And also, why is it that mothers nowadays, no, sorry, I skipped what I was getting ready to say. Little young girl, she's either a year or two younger than me. I grew up with her. Now, we as children knew we were not allowed to sit in adult grown folks' conversations. We knew that. So when all of us got up and moved out of the room, when an adult started talking, she never budged. And we're looking at her like, girl, come on, what you doing? But her mother never said nothing. She let her sit right there in the middle of that adult conversation. I'm like, they have an adult conversation. They not talking about the kids. They not doing none of that. They're having an adult conversation. Please explain to me why y'all allowing this child to sit in this conversation. So then she could go and tell her friends what somebody has said about somebody's mama or somebody's daddy. Now, we also know back in the day, Papas was Rolling Stones. They had families on two sides of a town. Not saying it was right. Yeah, like get out of here. You don't belong in rooms with adults talking. I didn't even let my son do that. Like, if you don't go somewhere and play, get up from underneath me. You don't need to be. This is not a conversation for you. I did not play them games. I raised my son basically almost how I was raised, except I wasn't trying to go to jail for tearing him up too much. But I did tag that ass quite a few times. Because I am the authority here. God may be the authority of all of us, but in this household, I'm the authority. And you do what I tell you to do. And like I used to tell my son, I would never tell you to do something that was not productive for you or something that meant good for you. I would never do that. Because as a mother, I gave birth to you. You didn't ask to come here. So it is my job to make sure you have clothes on your back, food in your stomach, shelter. Make sure you are learning how to move through life. Just like I tell my son to this day, if you are in your feelings and you want to cry, damn it, you got the right to cry because you're grown. You're grown. You are grown. But never let nobody tell you your feelings ain't valid. Now, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. But would anybody like to come up and share a story or have a conversation? If y'all do, put a 1 in the chat and I will drop the link. Y'all know I don't normally drop my link, but I will today if someone wants to come up and talk. But I'm not going to drop it if don't nobody want to come up and talk. Also, before I forget, to everyone in the chat, please drop some crowns in the chat for yourself because y'all know we need to keep our crowns on at all times. Even if we got to kick somebody's tail, our crown should be on. And all my millimeters, drop some chess pieces in the chat for yourself. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I really think we need to go back in time and start again. Because our kids need guidance. That's why so many people I knocked myself straight out of the chat. I cannot. I knocked myself straight offline. See, I was about to get there. You go. You can put some crown and chess pieces in the chat. That'll work even better. It'll keep you from having to type a bunch of bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think we need to go back into some old school teachings. Like we also even had to learn in the summer. You had to read a book in the summer. Like my cousin still does that to her granddaughter to this day, and she get ready to graduate from high school this year. I'm so proud of her. Woo. But we would have to read a book, and by the end of the summer, read a book or two, and by the end of the summer, you had to do a book report on it because that meant to keep your thinking skills sharpened and your knowledge sharpened. People don't do that to their kids no more. Kids want to Google. That's why we bugging on my son. Boy, read a book. Pick up a book and read it, please. Pick up a book and read it. He was like, I got my phone. I don't need it. I don't need that. Like, that's what's wrong with y'all. I said y'all don't like to read nothing. Y'all don't like to read things. But y'all think Google is y'all best friend. Google lies sometimes too, y'all. I promise you that. Oh, so child Celine Dion don't weigh nothing but 25 cents. She don't even weigh a buck. Sorry, I just seen her live. Now I'm gonna probably check out in a little bit. But I want everybody just to think about that. Think about when you were young and the rules and regulations that was put forth in front of you by your parents, by your grandparents, by your aunts and uncles. Like you knew, even your parents' friends, because our parents' friends, shit. If they caught you doing something you ain't had no business, they was on your tail. You hear me? They was gonna get you. They was gonna snatch you up, take you home to your parent, and be like, "Look, I caught such and such doing this and that." And if they real close family members in the family, and them parents, your parents, and they've been together since they was young, they got the right to tear your tail up. They even got the right to give you a spanking. That's how it was when I grew up. But ain't nobody putting their hands on somebody's kids just to be putting their hands on them. It's when they caught them doing wrong. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I laugh at it now, but child, please, if my son I'd have tore his tail up, but my real mama, my mama that gave birth to me, she never spanked me ever, no matter what I did. She was like, "I'm gonna get a switch and I'm gonna tear you up." Okay, how many switches you want? I'm gonna go get them for you. That's why I used to pick with her. She's like, "I don't care any size, so I'll go get them for her." I'm like, "Lady, you know you're not gonna beat nobody with them switches. I don't even know why you made me go beat that tree up like that to get them switches. You know you're not gonna beat me." But when I was young, I probably was about maybe 7 or 8, and I wanted some ice cream. I did. I wanted some ice cream truck because Mike the Ice Cream Man, rest his soul. We all knew Mike by his name because he was our ice cream man all our lives, even into adulthood. But he passed away over 10 years ago. And again, when you're young and little like that, you ain't paying. If you see a 5 on something, you think, "Oh, that's $5." I kept asking my mother for ice cream money because she didn't want to make none. My mother used to make homemade ice cream all the time. So I never usually have to buy ice cream. But she didn't feel like making them. So I wanted some more ice cream truck. My slick ass said, "I know she got some money." This is when you know this is when you know you be plotting when you're a little kid. I said, "I know she got some money. I seen her with money earlier." So I went in her bag and I seen a 5. I seen the number 5. So I thought it was $5. I took that money and ran around the corner and bought some ice cream. I bought ice cream for all my friends around the block. Our family friend, his name was Mr. Gene. I'll never forget him. God rest his soul. That man said, he called me by my name. I'm going to say Astute. I ain't going to say my real name right now. Some know it, some don't. It don't even really matter. He was like, where you get that money from? Huh? Where you get that money from? My mama. Your mama know you right here buying everybody ice cream? No. He was like, he asked Mike for the change. He said, "Mike, give me the change to that because I'm going to take the bag around the corner to her mom." Now, I was nervous, but I wasn't really nervous because my mama didn't spank me. But I was like, ooh, somebody else in my family gonna tear me up. My uncle didn't spank me either because I was his baby girl. He was more like a dad to me than anything else because he helped raise me. But my other family members, they'd tear my ass up. So he took the change back around there. He was like, where did you get that from? And come to find out I had took a $50 bill. It wasn't a $5 bill. My cousin and them got a hold of me. They tell my tail up for that. But I was like, hey, I wanted some ice cream. Ain't nobody want to give me no ice cream. I want it. But all I'm saying is, to the people out there that are having children, please, please, please talk to your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles. Ask them how they were raised as far as putting things into place that your children know not to cross those lines. Those lines are not blurred because so many people get those lines blurred, and that's why their kids come after them when they get older, or they will plot on them while they're young. Y'all know all these kids that are crazy, they're running around here unaliving their parents just because they couldn't get what they wanted. We don't need no more than kids. So what I say is, talk to your children. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're grown. Still talk to them. Because we women that have young men or grown men, we still have to keep an eye on them. And I say that because we know our grown sons, because I know how my grown son is. He gets in his moods and he don't be bothered. And I don't need no police officer pulling him over. I thank God my mother is watching over him. And I thank God is watching over him. My mama told me that a long time ago, so I'm going to keep up with that. That they keep him safe. Because I know my son got a slick mouth and an attitude. And if y'all ever catch a Stu Queen Bee in the paper for anything or heard anything crazy about her, trust and believe it has something to do with my son. I'm not going to jail for nobody unless you mess with my son. That is my first heartbeat, not my second. That's my first heartbeat. So if you mess with him, you mess with me, and that's a big old problem. And I'm not a violent person. But again, that is my first heartbeat. So if you mess with him, you mess with me, and then we got problems. So I want people to go back to having conversations with their children. I want some people to, even if they could try it once a week, twice a month, to sit down with your family at the dinner table and have dinner and check on everybody in your family. I don't care if you have a girlfriend's dinner. Get your friends together to check on them. You haven't talked to in a while, or they live close, and y'all haven't had time to sit still and talk because y'all are all working and moving in different directions. Have a little girls' night. Let your kids have a little sleepover, but make sure you know your kids' parents, their phone numbers, where they live, their last names. Make sure their kids' last name is the same as the parents. Know these things. Stop just letting people, because there's too many people letting their kids go with people they don't even know. That's their friend. They ain't their friend. That's somebody they know from school. It takes time to become somebody's friend. And everybody ain't to be trusted with your kids. Okay? If you run across a parent that don't care, oh yeah, he can stay tonight. Yeah, she can stay tonight. And they constantly always doing that. Get your kid away from that kid. Because there's a reason why the mama always want to shove that child off on you. Find out what's going on. And be a beacon for that other child. Talk to that child too if you need to. If you feel like something going wrong or going on, talk to that child. See what's going on. See how they feeling. Because it could be something that you're unaware of. Something that they're scared to talk to their parents about. Scared to go to anybody in their family about. But let them talk to you. That's another thing we had as children. We were allowed to talk to other people, and that person will be able to come and talk to your parent if you felt you couldn't talk to that parent. So I know I have stayed on here longer than I normally do. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that came through to hang with the sister today. I really do. I thank y'all so much. Please make sure y'all go check out Nikki News on narcissism. She has a channel. Nikki, again, if you don't know how to copy it, let a sister know. Also, before I log out of here, if y'all are looking, she don't know I do this. I do this on my own. She never asked me to do it. I do this because I want to. I say I'm a sister's keeper, and I mean that. Where you going, girl? Where you going? You gotta go mod. You gotta go mod Peaches. But love upon yourselves, love upon your family, love upon your sisters and your brothers. Make sure that you are taking care of you. Because if you don't take care of you first, you can't take care of nobody else. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to give y'all something a little special because I love these prayers. So hopefully nobody gets an attitude with me or don't like them. But I want to send this out to all the sisters and the brothers. It don't matter who you are. But we all need some upliftment in life every day. That's just how I feel. So let me give y'all this real quick before I leave.
A lot of people don't like you because they don't understand you. A lot of people don't like you because they see the potential in you, but they don't have the potential in themselves to elevate. See, a lot of people don't like you because of the person that you are. They don't like you because you're genuine, you're good-hearted, you're pure-hearted. See, a lot of people don't like you because you're the type of person that don't allow negativity to overpower you. See, they don't like the type of person you are because they can't be the person that you are. See, they don't like you because of the elevation that God is finna take you. See, they don't like you because of the new glow that you have upon your life. They don't like you because the reason why they don't like you because they too busy hating on you. They too busy being envious of you.
And with that being said, y'all jam out to this song. Have a blessed day. It's a Stu Queen Be out.
You won't break my soul. 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 Everybody, nah, nah, everybody, everybody.